Ooh. Next lot, ladies and gentlemen, we move on from the automobilia into the cars proper. Lot 205 from your auctioneer. Make no mistake whatsoever at home, ladies and gentlemen. I'm selling a car at 2,400. She's going to 5. Right on the death. Please bid quickly at home. This isn't like eBay, I can assure you. As they found out, Thomas, yesterday on the bikes, when the hammer's down, it's down. We don't reopen them at all. So please make sure you look sharp with your bids. At £2,500 bid in Newcastle. Against you in Southport. Selling away. Fair warning one last time then at £2,500. Sold away at 2,500. Next lot, ladies and gentlemen, in your catalogue is lot 10, the 1985 Toyota MR2. And that sold, ladies and gentlemen. Apologies if you come this morning for it. It sold literally last thing yesterday on the extended viewing. So that one has sold for, I believe, £10,000 plus the fees, I believe. Lot 215, ladies and gentlemen, 215 in your catalogue is this absolutely wonderful 1997 Lexus LS 400. Let's find out, Paul. Very, very understated, aren't they, these Lexus LS 400s? First owner, like you said, had the car until 2018, showing around about 19,000 miles. Automatic transmission, November 2025, the MOT. Internet's woken up at 4,000, but I'm going to leave you right in the dust, I'm afraid, here, Thomas, I'm afraid to say. You got £4,500 bid now. I've got 5.5, 6.5, 7.5, 8 bid at £8,000 bid with me at 8,000. Loads and loads of commission bids on this one at £8,000 bid. On my commission book then at £8,000. 500 if you like anywhere else, ladies and gentlemen, just at 8,000. 8,500 on the World Wide Web at £8,500 bid. Bids in Windsor, Berkshire at 8,500 against my commission interest at £8,500. You're all out in the room, make no mistake at all. 9 bid, thanks very much indeed, sir. Fresh bidder in the room at £9,000. On this possibly unique Lexus LS 400, impeccable service history on it. Very low mileage at £9,000 bid in the room at 9,000. 500 if you like anywhere else, ladies and gentlemen, at just 9,000 bid. At 9 bid on the Lexus LS 400 at £9,000. Nobody want this one for another 500. What a great motor car this is. Be very, very hard pressed to find another one at this kind of mileage, in this kind of condition, at 9 bid in the room. At £9,000, only bid at 9,000. 500 if you like anywhere else. I'm selling the car. Make no mistake, 9.5, internet. Against you, sir, 10 bid. Thanks very much indeed. At £10,000 bid in the room at 10,000. On the Lexus LS 400 still at 10 bid. At £10,000. You're out on the World Wide Web. You're out everywhere else in the room. At £10,000 I have bid. In the room. Coming in again if you like. Fair warning at home. I have the gentleman in the room at £10,000 and I'm selling the motor car. Make no mistake at all at home. Absolutely sure, ladies and gentlemen. Fair warning. Selling away. In the room at £10,000 only. You're finished and done, you're absolutely sure. Sold away at £10,000. Yours, sir. I believe that's 893. 893. 996 Targa, there we are. Showing round about 103,000 miles. Manual transmission. Manual, ladies and gentlemen, not tip. Manual transmission. May next year, the MOT. Sorry, May this year, beg your pardon. May this year, short test on it. Had a new gearbox fitted in 2021 with the Porsche sports exhaust as well. Upgraded IMS, which is great to see. Over £10,000 spent in the history file over the last 5 years. Internet's been pinging away while I've been telling you about the car. Thomas, you're at 6,500 bid. I've got 7.5, 8 bid. At £8,000 bid with me at 8,000. We're on outright sales straight away at 8,000. 8.5 internet. 9,000, still on my commission book, Thomas, at 9 bid. It's against you at home at £9,000. I have bid at 9,000. Remember, £10,000 in the history file spent over the last 5 years on the car at £9,000 bid with me at 9. 9.5, thank you, in the room. My commissions are out. It's your bid, sir, at 9,500. On the Porsche, 911, 996 Targa. 9.8 internet. 10 if you like, sir. 10,000, bid in the room at £10,000, only bid at 10,000. Next bid, send 2. If you want to come back in, either in the room or at home, currently at £10,000. Gentleman's bid. Standing in the sale room, 10.2, fresh bidder. Thanks anyway for your bids. At £10,200, I have bid. Fresh bidder in our sale room at $10,200. You're still out at home. Fair warning from your auctioneer. Make no mistake, I'm selling the Porsche to the gentleman in the room at £10,200. Dear me, 10.5. Please bid quickly at home at $10,500. 10.8 if you like, sir. That's our next bid. Currently at £10,500. On the World Wide Web, you're out in the room. You're both out, gentlemen. So make no mistake. Thanks anyway for your bids, both of you. At $10,500 I have, and I'm selling away on the internet to our bidder in the Wirral on the Merseyside at $10,500. Sold away at £10,500 to the sale. So make no mistake, we move on in your catalogue to one of the nicest 1933 Rolls-Royce 2025s I've come across in a very long time. This is the Freestone and Webb Coupe. Paul Cowland's going to tell you all about this wonderful motor car.
Jules, isn't this beautiful? Now, we do like a pre-war car here. This is the era when you would, as a very moneyed person, buy your chassis, which would be about the equivalent of £80,000.
Incredible car, this one, isn't it, Paul? We say, you know, quite often no expense spared, but this really has. When it was restored, I mean, we've got bills here, haven't we? £70,000 plus it cost by Brunts of Silverdale to get this car looking this good.
Yeah, not only an object lesson in how to order a car when it was new, but as you say, Jules, an object lesson in how to maintain a car throughout its life. If you're looking for a conscientious vendor and owner, this is the car you want. It's just faultless, the whole thing. A couple of tiny jobs still on the car, but the paperwork, the provenance, the story that goes back literally from the chassis being bought, we've got it all.
Cool, here we go. The 1933 Rolls-Royce 2025 Freestone and Webb Coupe. Internet's been pinging away while you've been telling all the ladies and gentlemen everything about the car. I've got quite a few commission bids as well. My commissions were 18,000, 20,000, 22, 24, 25. Internet's pipped that one at 26,000. At £26,000 bid with you online, ladies and gentlemen. 26,500, 27,000 in Rochester, Kent. 27.5 in Ipswich, 28,000 in Leeds. We've got three bidders here, 28.5 in Rochester. Just shout, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to come in. At 28,500, 29 in Kettering, 29.5 in Leeds, 30 in Ipswich, 30.5 in Rochester. You've found the sweet spot there, Thomas, at £500 increments, haven't you? That's what we mean about bidding quickly, of course, at £30,500 in Rochester. No longer your bid in Leeds. At £30,500 we have bid on the Rolls-Royce. 31, thanks very much indeed, Tim. At £31,000 bid now on Tim's telephone. 31.5, 32.5. At 32.5 bid. 33 internet and a half. 34 if you like, Tim. Currently the gentleman's bid at £33,500 bid. 34,500. Too slow on the internet. At 35,000 internet. 500, thank you, sir. At £35,500. 36,000 internet. Oh, you've had to defer to the bank manager already. That's not a good sign. At 36,500. Bid in the room at 36,500. 37,000. Internet at 37. What do you say, madam? We're hoping for a favourable yes. At £37,000, bid on the World Wide Web in Rochester in Kent at 37,000. Against you on the telephone, Tim. 500, thank you, sir. At 37,500, bid in the room. 38,000, still in Rochester, Kent. At £38,000. Where are you at, Tim? At 38,000. Next bid's 500 again, or I'll take 250. If that'll tempt you. Currently at 38,000 bid. 250 if you like, Tim, or 250 if you like, sir and madam. Oh, oh. I'll see your 250 and raise your 250 at 38,500. I've got on the telephone 39,000. At 39 bid, Just give me a shout if you change your mind and you want to step right back in at £39,000. Must be right because everybody wants the car. Absolutely wonderful back history to it. A fortune spent on her, as I'm sure you're aware, to get her in this kind of condition. Wants for nothing this particular motor car, 39.5. Bid on the telephone, 40,000. On the internet at £40,000, bid at 40,000. 500 again if you like. Currently sat in Rochester, Kent, 40,500. Thank you, Tim, at £40,500 bid. 41,000. Still in Rochester, Kent, at £41,000 bid now at 41,000. Against the lady and gentleman in the room, against the telephone at £41,000 bid in Rochester, Kent. 41,500 bid, still with Tim at 41,500. Oh, hesitation in Rochester at 42,000. 50,000 would be a perfect bid. At £42,000 bid in Rochester, Kent. What do you say, Tim? Hang on at £42,000. We can't hang on forever. At £42,000 bid. Still against the lady and gentleman. 42,500. Still against you in Rochester, Kent. See, hesitation now. The clock's ticking. At £42,500. Telephone bidder, you're out at home in Rochester and Kent. You've changed your mind. You're back in at 43. At £43,000. Bid on the World Wide Web. 500 again if you like, Tim. At £43,000. Remember, wonderful car, all this history, all this money spent on her. Wants for nothing. Lovely, lovely, lovely motor car at £43,000 bid. Like I said, nicest 2020, 43.5. Nicest 2025 I've seen it in a long, 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 long time. 44,000. Still going at £44,000 bid on the World Wide Web at 44,000. Still against the lady and gentleman at £44,000 bid. 44,500, still on the telephone. Might be some time, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe, you might want to go and have some refreshments out in the car park and come back in another half hour. At £44,500 bid. Against you in Rochester. You're absolutely sure at home, leaving the car behind. Fair warning from your auctioneer. 45 bid. Nearly had them there, Tim. Nearly. At £45,000. Still bid in Rochester, on the World Wide Web, against you on the telephone, against the lady and gentleman as well, at £45,000 bid. At 45,000. What do you say, Tim? Thanks very much indeed. At £45,500, still against you in Rochester, I'm afraid to say. Like I said, must be right. Everybody's wanted this car at £45,500. Telephone bidder. Give you a chance to think for a moment in Rochester and Kent. At £45,500. Bid on Tim's telephone. 46,000. Still in Rochester, Kent at £46,000. Still against you all, lady. 46,500. That was quite determined. No hesitation this time at 46,500. Were you chipping in £500 there just for the hell of it? At 46,500. Against you in Rochester, Kent, on the telephone with Tim. 47,000. In Rochester, Kent, at 47,000 bid. 500 again if you like. At £47,000 bid in Rochester, Kent, against the telephone. You keep nodding your head. He keeps nodding his head. At £47,000. 500 again if you like, Tim. Still against the lady and gentleman. £47,500 bid. Back on the telephone. You're out in Kent. At £47,500 I have on Tim's telephone against you in Rochester. Fair warning from your auctioneer. Look sharp with your bids then in Rochester, Kent. We've got the telephone bidder stood on at £47,500. I'll take £250 from you in Rochester and Kent. You've been with me virtually right from the word go. I think you were stood on at £26,000 actually, to be fair. So just to be fair to the bidder in Rochester and Kent, we'll take a small bid, right at the death if they like, at £47,500, still on the telephone with Tim, against the lady and gentleman as well, at £47,500. Fair warning in Rochester, finished and done then, are we? $750. Ooh, says the crowd. Ooh, $47,750 in Rochester. Another $250. Fill it up to $48,000. At $47,000. Does he want to know what that is all in? That'll be 55 grand all in, including the commission. Something round about there. At £47,750 in Rochester, Kent, and it's against you on the telephone. Make no mistake at all, still against the lady and gentleman in the room as well. At $48,000, yeah, that's our next bid. Or I'm selling the car. Fair warning on the telephone, have to hurry you. 48 bid, hammer was up there at £48,000 bid on the telephone, against you in Rochester and Kent. Again, we'll do you the same favour with another small bid. Can we value this wonderful motor car to the nearest £250? I'm not sure we can, but at £48,000 on the telephone, against the lady and gentleman still, and against you at home in Rochester and Kent. Fair warning from your auctioneer, please look sharp at home. Don't want you to miss this wonderful motor car. $48,250. Ooh, again, there we go. I'm not sure who the crowd's with the telephone or with Rochester. I'm not too sure. You're out. You're absolutely sure, Tim. Thanks very much indeed. Please thank your clients on the telephone. Thanks very much indeed. Now I'll come to the lady and gentleman. Thanks anyway for being in earlier in the bidding. Thanks very much indeed. Much appreciated. Selling away then. Unless anybody else wants to add a little bit of late drama at £48,250. You bought it in Kent. Very well done in Rochester. $11,093. Sold away at $48,250. What a great motor car you bought in Rochester, Kent. Please let us know how you get on with it. I'm hoping you're going to come down to pick her up and we can get some social media footage. But failing that, if we're going to deliver it, we'd love to see how you get on with that car. What a lovely motor car. Thanks very much indeed for bidding. Next lot, ladies and gentlemen, is lot 251. 251, like I said, I'd have this in my fantasy garage every day of the week. The 1980 Vanden Plas 1500. Thomas isn't quite sure what it is, of course, because of his age. He's like, what is that? Anyway, showing 46,000 miles. Automatic transmission on this one, MOT till March 26. No advisory. He said, what is it? I said, it's a very, very fancy Austin Allegro. What's that? Yeah, I know, so that didn't really help. Great overall condition on this one, both internally and externally. Low mileage for the year. Believed to be genuine, ladies and gentlemen. Just looks great in this special order. Oyster metallic, deep olive leather trim as well. Very, very impressive history file of paperwork, old tax discs, etc., etc. Anyway, enough of me wanting to buy it, but not being able to. Internet's in at 4.5. I've got 4.8, 5,000, 5.2, 5.5, 5.8, 6,000. At £6,000 bid with me at 6,000. On the Vanden Plas 1500 at £6,000, only bid at 6,000. On commission, ladies and gentlemen, at £6,000, 6.2, 6.5. At £6,500 bid. Still with me at £6,500 bid. Still on my commission book then, ladies and gentlemen, at 6,500. Fresh bidder in the room, I've got you at 6.8, 7,000. Still on my commission book at £7,000. You're both out at £7,000 bid. Still on commission, ladies and gentlemen, at £7,000. On the Vanden Plas 1500. Great car here in a great colour. Believed to be genuine, that mileage. 7.2. You're still both out in the room. I've got 7.5, Thomas. So you're still both out in the room. You're out on the World Wide Web as well. I've got £7,500 bid. And I have had a close look at this one. If you're hovering away at home and wondering whether you need a bid, 7.8. I've had a close look at this one. Lovely condition. 8 bid. at £8,000, bid with me at 8,000. Presents very, very nicely in the sale room. You're not going to be disappointed with this one at home if you didn't come to view her at £8,000. Bid on my commission book at 8,000. Next bid's 8,200. Thank you. All my commissions are out. Bids with you at home in Leicester at £8,200 bid. What a great car this is at 8,200. Against my commissions. Next bid's 8,400, Thomas has said. At £8,200 bid, finished and done. Against my commission interest, against both of you in the room as well, at £8,200. Selling to Leicester. Make no mistake in the room, just give me a shout if you want to come back in, or I'm selling at £8,200. Sold away at £8,200. 254, ladies and gentlemen, 254 is the 1998 Mercedes-Benz CL600. Showing round about 88,000 miles, automatic transmission, MOT till January next year. If you're not familiar with these cars, ladies and gentlemen, you really need to be familiar with them. Get to know them. 6-litre V12, 389 brake horsepower on these when they were brand new. Absolutely immense specification on these. Recently serviced this one. Like it says in your notes, I'm just reading what you've all read, but it is a very sophisticated color combination. Azurite blue with medium gray leather on this one. Originally supplied to Brunei, but registered in the UK less than 2 months later. 13 service stamps in the book, main agent all the way to 2011. Last serviced in March this year. There we go. The big CL600, Mercedes flagship, of course, when new. What a machine this is. Loads of interest on commission. I'm amazed the internet hasn't come in. See you all hovering away, but amazed you haven't come in. I'm in at 5.5, 6,000, 6.5. Ooh, let me get this right, Thomas. 6,007 bid. Next bid, 7.2 if you like. I've got £7,000 bid at 7,000. At 7 bids, 7.2. I've got 7.5. Mercedes CL600 at £7,500 bid with me at 7.5. And against you at home at £7,500 bid now at 7.5. 7.8. Thanks very much indeed at 7,800. I'm out now at £7,800 bid in the room. Sorry to have ignored you, sir. Nothing personal at 7,800. Great car here at £7,800 bid at 7,800. Fill it up to 8,000 if you like at home. Currently bid in the room at 8 bid. Next bid's 8.2, 8.2 bid at 8,200. And against you at home, make no mistake, on the big CL600 at £8,200 bid in our room. Against you at home, make no mistake at all. Paul, have you had a close look at this CL600?
I don't want to, Jules, because if I do, I will buy it.
You want to buy it?
Yes.
Same with me. This is probably, well, I know we always go on about peak Mercedes, peak BMW, but this is probably just about it, isn't it? What engineering has gone into this?
Well, this is the supercar engine. Literally, this engine is in many supercars. So, the best engine they ever made. It is probably the best car they've ever made, and it's very much Mercedes before the accountants came in and took over. This is when the engineers were running the show, not the finance department. Get it bought.
Well, somebody is at £8,200. Against you at home, make no mistake whatsoever. If Paul Cowland can't persuade you, I certainly can't. So at £8,200. Oh, 8.5. You sure, gent? This is a cracker. Look, I have had a proper look at this. You know my BMW sat there that I bought as some kind of trinket, like a Christmas ornament. I've not even taken it home. That's been there since July. So I can't possibly buy another one just to park up, you know. It's just crackers. I would love this car. I'll take 8.6 from you, gentlemen, if you like. Currently at £8,500 bid in Derby at 8,500. Against you in the room, make no mistake at all. I'll sell her away. 8.6 if you like. Shaking your head still at £8,500. Selling the car against you in the room. What a great car you bought there in Derbyshire at £8,500, sold away. 2001 Mercedes-Benz CL55 AMG, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are. This one will gobble up the miles on the Autobahn, no doubt about that. Full book pack with her with 6 service stamps. Some older MOTs and invoices as well. The CL55 AMG. I'm in at 3,200, 3.5. 3.8, 4,000, 4.5 bid in Birmingham at 4,500, 5 bid. We're on outright sale At £5,000, only bid at 5,000. 5,200. At £5,200, bid at 5,200 in Marple in Cheshire. 5,500. 5,800. Give me a shout, ladies and gentlemen. We've got all this activity on the internet. We've got 4 different bidders on the World Wide Web. At £5,800, bid at 5,800. In Derby, 6,000. At £6,000, bid now at 6,000. On the CL55 AMG, 6,200. Back in Marple in Cheshire. No doubt viewed the car just down the road from us at 6,200 bid. At 6,400, oh, 6,500 is that, 6,500. Thank you. In Derbyshire at 6,500. Bids in Derbyshire at £6,500. You're still all house in the room, make no mistake. 6,800. At £6,800, bid now at 6,800. At 6,800, 7 bid. Is it? At 7 what? Make the next one 7,200 then. Make the next one 7,200. Yeah, they're just a bit quicker than we could alter the increment there. At £7,100 bid. With you in Derby. At 7,100 on the big CL55 AMG, 75,000 miles there or thereabouts, 7,200. Still going, back in Marple in Cheshire at 7,200. At 7,200 bid. Against you all in the room, ladies and gentlemen, remember, make no mistake, fair warning to all those underbidders, I'm selling the car. 7,300, still going at 7,300. At £7,300, 6 service stamps in the book, 75,000 miles, 7,400. At £7,400 bid now at 7,400. Internet against internet bidding at 7,500. At £7,500 bid now at 7,500. On the Mercedes CL55 AMG at 7,500. We're finished and done there now. He bids in Derby. Make no mistake, no longer your bid in Marple in Cheshire at 7,600. You're back in Marple at 7,600. Against you in Derby. At 7,600, 7,700, still going at £7,700 bid. At 7,700, finished and done then, are we? No longer your bid in Marple again. Please look sharp with your bids. Fair warning, once the hammer's down, we don't re-offer them at £7,700. Finished and done. Against you in Marple, selling away in Derby. Sold away at 7,700. 2898. Thanks very much indeed in Stoke-on-Trent. Next lot, ladies and gentlemen, in your catalogues, move on to lot 285. It's the 1989 Nissan Fairlady Twin Turbo 300ZX. Paul, this is one of those rare manual gearbox. We're looking at a hen's teeth JDM import here, aren't we?
Mate, it goes beyond hen's teeth. This is hen's dentures, this one. This is so unusual because we have a lot of things. You're quite right, Jules. She is a manual, she is a Fairlady, but also she's the short wheelbase, which is so rare. We never got that one in the UK.
Yes, let's find out, Paul. I was on mute there instead of on sound. Z32 short wheelbase Targa with the wide body kit, all those big flare arches. The most important thing here, though, is manual transmission. Manual transmission on this one. Let's have a look. Driven 30 miles to our sale room. Interest here on commission starts me away at 3,500, 3,800, 4,000, 4,200 bid. I've got £4,200 bid with me at 4,200. Sorry about that. Against you on the internet at £4,200 I have bid. On the Z32 short wheelbase Targa 3,500, 3,800, sorry, 4,800. 5,000 if you like, 5,000, I'm out now, 5,200, 5,500, 5,800, 6,000, 6,200, 6,500, 6,800. No, at £6,800 bid at 6,800. At £6,800 bid. 7 if you like anywhere else. Back in at 7, 7,200, 7,300 if you like, sir. 7,300, quite a unique vehicle, this one. I've got 7,300 seated, 7,400 standing. 7,500 seated, 7,600 standing. No, at £7,600 bid. Not having much luck, sir, are you? It's a poor do, to be honest, isn't it? 7,700 internet, 7,800 back in the room at 7,800, and against you at home, against you in the seated area at 7,800. I have gentleman's bid, 7,900. 8,000, sir, 8 bid at £8,000 bid now at 8,000. You're still out at home. At £8,000 I have bid on the Z32. Nissan Fairlady, short wheelbase Targa, 8,100 in Morecambe, 8,200 back in the sale room at £8,200 bid at 8,200. At 8,200 bid. Against you at home, fair warning from your auctioneer, make no mistake, I'm selling the car, 8,300. 8.4, back in the room at £8,400, bid now at 8,400. Against you at home, make no mistake, 8.5, 8.6, still in the room at £8,600, bid at 8,600. Against you at home, gentleman's bid in the room, 8.7, and we're back in Morecambe. You sure, sir? Like I said, quite a unique vehicle, this one. Great interior as well, 8,700. Okie dokie. And 50, I'll take it, sir, 8,750. Why not? At £8,750 bid, in the room at 8,750, against you in Morecambe. Look sharp at home, I'm selling the car then at 8,750. Sold, you bought that one, 892.